Welcome back, everybody. We're hopping into the third match, or the third game of today's match, Semifinals Day 2, between McMaster University and Kent State University. And let me tell you, they really are shaking things up with this draft.
Yeah, just look across at some of the champions out here, guys. This is not a solo queue game. This is for bucks
This is
out
for
here.
big bucks.
Big bucks here. We saw first pick Lee Sin. And for those of you maybe just tuning in or don't know any of the history, this is the 2 seed out of our league here versus the 3. McMaster's coming in second place in our league and Kent in third. They're battling off in our semifinals. The winner will move on to face Mad City in the grand finals, while the loser will play for third place. Still in the pot, that game will be against MEC Hysteria.
And something kind of crazy to bring up here is, depending on the way this game goes, we might be looking at both semifinals matches, first one being Mad City versus MEC Hysteria. Both games could potentially be a 3-0 victory in a best-of-5, which would be pretty surprising because all of these teams so far have done really well in the league. And if that's the case, we're going to go into finals potentially seeing a 3-0 victor and another 3-0 victor going head-to-head. And
it's like unstoppable force meets an immovable object, right?
It's like
they're
a
on
train
crash
just
course.
driving into a...
Exactly. A crash course to meet each other. That's if we see a sweep. But if Kent State, who I believe is finally warmed up and confirmed in their bag with this draft here, if they could pull out a game win here, they can tap into that spirit, sell their soul to the reverse sweep lords of League of Legends that we know exist. They can maybe, make this an extremely interesting series. But so far, it's the McMaster show. And I think looking at their champions, they're kind of embracing that a bit. I mean, Riven and a Poppy. Okay, I'll just say it straight. Like, if the Poppy doesn't understand the matchup, it's still a Conqueror fighter that's going to, heal sap you. And just, Riven can probably destroy Poppy if there's a gap in matchup understanding or wave state understanding. But Poppy is one of the hardest tanks to actually trade with early. Some tanks I trade with all the time, and, I take the trades, I heal with Conqueror, whatever. But Poppy does not mess around in the early levels in the top lane. So, and good Poppies really just beat me in lane super hard. So,
and I really want to see a lot of this bot lane going on because this Draven pick is just so crazy. We have not seen a Draven once in any LSS matches throughout our history here, and that is just pretty crazy. We have seen one Draven match before.
It could have been Star, maybe.
I wonder if that was the one week that I wasn't here.
Venerated will get Kenny's flash in the mid lane here. Solo Bolo flash. Pretty impressive to be able to do that with the Orianna. And but not too much loss here as Kenny still has TP. He'll be able to get himself back in lane and healthy. So, but both thumbs down for the mid laner of KSU. This could be an angle for McMaster University, while we also see Crabs are being traded here. Viego topside looking to possibly gank the Riven. A champion that can 2v1, but not at this stage in the game. And we'll get stunned up against the wall. 2 stuns back and a couple hops away.
No way!
Extremely low. And just really unfortunate. Maybe a couple things Kent State could have done a bit better, but we didn't get to see the whole play try.
Yeah, the camera hopping back and forth. So.
Yeah, just a tricky situation. And Kenny, look, his wave's in a terrible spot, and he's being contested on his push here. And
that was some serious punishment that Venerated just put on Kenny there.
Yeah, Orianna has the capability in mage matchups to gap the other mage if they, make any mistakes. And we see with no flash, Kenny is really just licking his wounds.
Oh, and here comes Sekiro
around the corner. I don't think this. Well, he has no flash, so it's just a matter of the Q hitting, and it will. Venerated will flash forward for some additional damage to make Sekiro's Q execute do the job. And because Kenny had no flash, it's a kill. And now Roy Woods going in on Star Pwner. Conrex is dipping to Alaska here, and they'll get out of there alive.
I just want to say that Lee Sin skin is hot. Let me tell you.
Oh. Do you know what it's called? I don't. Dragon.
It's like Dragon something.
That's
Dragon
like,
Edgelord.
you know,
Lee Sin.
I have like every Lee skin except that one, I think.
Really? I think it's one of the cooler ones.
I know. I just never.
His whole arm is like this.
At that time
like,
in my life, I just didn't want to drop money on a Lee skin, and I never really play him. I only play him when I'm like filled jungle for you guys.
wow, can you imagine how much money I would have saved if I actually did that? Wow, I don't really play this champion. I don't need that skin. I'm just like, oh, look at this bad boy.
All right,
Yep,
Zach, but what
get
about
me.
this? Try. What if, you know how Pokemon cards are popping off?
Yeah.
What if one day Legacy League accounts with like Pax Jax and like all these 6 skins are like, oh, dude,
Oh, I'll be rich as fuck.
$10 million for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. we are told that that's already happening, and thankfully I'll be rich. But here's the thing about that. I actually, thinking that through, it actually won't mean anything.
Okay.
Because if you buy all of the available skins in the game, and then you buy boxes and reroll, you will get legacy skins. So if you own every single game and every single skin in the game, and you just reroll 3 skins, you'll start getting Hextech skins, legacy skins, victorious skins.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Which will obviously decrease the value of like the legacy ones that like the Charizard of skins would go down.
Would go down because if you really wanted to, you could just spend, $10,000, buy all the skins, and then re-roll for all the ones that are unavailable.
I wonder if there will be like pirates in the future who do that and for money.
I've seen it. I saw this in a YouTube video once.
Conrac's looking for an engage. They're trying to punish Sekiro, who's taking the Gromp behind the enemy lines. He'll get hit by the Blade Caller by Zaya, but he's just going to take the 1v2. He's low, but he has Conqueror stack. He's looking for another W, but the Ignite will take him down. Conrac's on the board. KVB looking to follow up. He's going to tag up Conrex, but here comes another Pike Dash. Not the CC, but a 1-for-0 positive trade for Kent State in this game 3. Lee Sin with his hand in the cookie jar there and a bit feeling himself too
Grandma
much.
said, no. No cookies for you.
No. So they go punish him there. That's a Lee play where if you had 6-man, you could do some real damage. Lee Sin at 6, one of the strongest champions in the game. Changed my mind. Delivery man doing his job. Gets tagged up by the Q, but it's a 6 advantage. He can win this. He can win this. Where's the ulti? He comes in. He needs a... Oh, man. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I thought 6 advantage means you can win against
I thought so,
Lee.
too, but I think it might have been that Lee Sin had the base there.
He has a
advantage.
Dirk. He has a whole Dirk. Oh, you're right. So, yeah, spoke too soon, and Lee Sin wise enough that, hey, I have my recall. I can fight this Viego. It did look close, but when that first Q lands, there's not much else you can dodge from the Lee. As McMaster looking to take a heads-up play. Double knock-up from KVB. Roy Woods looking to follow up. The Ignite's down on Star. He's running for his life. And if we could clip that try, they did something. I don't know if we're doing replay right now, but this was some serious good mind games here. If we could just watch Draven's.
So that would be enough.
Okay, so.
But.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't know. No,
yeah,
it's
right.
okay. Draven ran out of that brush, threw an axe, and then ran away as if Alistar was not covering him.
Yeah,
Baiting them to walk together at him, which gave Alistar a Hex Flash double knockup. And those are the small, teeny, tiny things that separate the best players from great players, is just a little bit of mind game, a little bit of back and
So
forth.
let's look here. I think this is going to be a dive. Sekiro is looking to set something up here. The wave is coming in.
No flash on Poppy. It's just kick is kill. Into the Ribbon stun. Lee Sin still with aggro means that Jabbar
that was clean.
pick this up. And now try, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, you're a tank. Yes, you're Poppy. Yes, you can stop the Ribbon dashes. But one thing goes wrong. Ribbon gets a kill, a couple plates. And I think Poppy's getting murdered from this point on.
Yeah. Up 30 farm for Jabbar as well. So are we going to see some Riven going crazy?
Maybe. I mean, this is really a game as we see the delivery man with a nice gank in the mid lane on Venerated, who has flash but did not flash the Viego R and will die because of it.
I'm not. Why delivery man flashing there just seemed very unnecessary, if I'm being frank.
Okay, so maybe they know Ori has flash. If you don't flash, Ori can flash your stun. If you do flash stun,
But
even if Ori flashes, you maybe still kill it.
Okay.
So it's like, but then Ori doesn't flash. And then you kill her, but it costs you 1 flash. KVB engaging on Delivery Man with the follow-up from the Draven ulti. Gets him pretty low. He could maybe smite Crab if he has it. Smite's on cooldown. He'll walk away. See if the Blade Caller comes in to help out Moose, who's looking to pinch Roy Woods, and does. Just slams him into the wall and takes him right out. Now Kenny around the corner. Kent State has man advantage. Their next target is KVB, and they can grab the Crab while they're at it. I'm looking at a cross-map play from McMaster. What do they get on the map for this? Harold is not being aggroed by Elite. He's bot side. Riven is alone on turret. So it's a matter of group versus split try. We talked a bit about this over the weekend, or over the week. You know, Jabbar, without TP, is just going to take the plates there and make himself big as a result of that play. But don't get me wrong. Kent State just got themselves back into the game with those, I believe, what was that? 2 for 0 right there. Right after we saw a successful gank in the mid lane. You look at the gold lead, it's 2K. I gotta say most of that is on the Riven. But this is the game that Kent State expected and planned for coming into this series, is we are going to sack our top for a utility pick, and we're going to play the team fight and focus on our bot side.
Yeah, and so far, looking like it's potentially going to work out for them. This is the closest game at this point in time that we've seen so far in this series, and I think that is what KSU wants.
Most definitely. And now I don't want Delivery Man to make the mistake that I've seen him make in these past games, and that's ganking the big top laner, the Fed top laner that has this 2v1 potential. You want to play to your bot side. You don't really want to gank for Poppy. She doesn't offer you that much. Poppy can never deal with the Riven sustain. As we see a Shockwave in the mid lane to get Kenny low, but Kenny's not afraid because Delivery Man is right around the corner. But Sekiro will win them this.
And Venerated blew the flash there, so no flash on Venerated right now.
Ward hop, Q will miss. Nice sidestep by Delivery Man. He's keeping
but here
himself
comes
alive.
Jabbar.
Poppy's around the corner as well. But I think Delivery Man just dies here. Q tags him up. There's not much he can do. And Sekiro in the right place at the right time.
And surprise!
Meanwhile, KVB doing what he's done all day. This guy makes a living, going mid, setting up. And that's Kenny going down to that final
fadeaway
axe.
axe.
And yeah, I mean, we saw some aggression in the mid lane, and it was just the Lee Sin, who is, you know, Dirk plus Vamp Scepter, and at level 7 at that time. He's just such a strong unit, really hard to deal with. Lee Sin, one of those junglers, you gotta, you know, wait till he's at that point of falling off. But what I would argue is that a really good Lee Sin, you know, think of some of the best junglers we've ever seen in China playing Lee Sin. Really good Lees don't fall off as hard as bad Lees. You know, the skill comes into play. So
yeah.
But nevertheless, you know, skirmishing with that champion. Oh, we see Jabbar looking for an engage. We'll see the Blade Caller come out to try and keep Starpowner alive. He doesn't have flash, so he just gets insta-bot. But can it be the Viego
I don't
answer?
think they want to fight this.
They run past the Riven, and that's the mistake that will cost them, because Jabbar is just free dropping damage here in this skirmish. I think they greeted.
Are they going to go on Kenny here too? Okay, he's going to just base and get to top to prevent Poppy from getting any damage here on the tower, I think.
So they 2-man ran past the Riven and they killed Venerated, right? But then it cost them the 2. So that's a 1 for 2 right there, on top of a play that kills Starpowner from the TP from Jabbar. And now look at this really nice rotation. Everybody take notes at home. You're gonna TP your top bot for a play, and your AD's leaving base. Send them top, make that rotation. What do you know? You're gonna have your bot lane on top side ready for Herald. And Drake's up in a minute, so if they
looks like Riven might just run directly to Herald. Yeah, so the ping goes on to Herald. But it looks like things are changing as...
Oh, Lee can one-shot. Lee could one-shot the Pyke if Pyke wasn't careful. And still can. I'm looking for Ward hop. He's going for Star. The flash kick back onto Jabbar, who could just finish the job so easily as we see Xayah drop. But it's a trade because Lee will also die for his efforts. Poppy comes around the corner, stopping the dashes, pins to the wall. The Riven, who will go in and get shut down.
And it's
a critical moment for Kent State. Now, do they advance? Yeah, double flash from Pyke and Viego to continue
a huge shockwave
onto Alistar. Good cover shockwave from Venerated. 2 flashes to kill Alistar. For me, you have to get some neutrals off the back of this. I would look to go Herald or Drake. They're both going to be up soon. Herald already up, Drake up in 9 seconds. Kent State making their way into the bot river.
Oh, man. Poppy coming around the corner from Fog of War with her barrier up and stopping the Riven from making any plays there, and then she's just CC to death. So a good rotation for Musinator.
Definitely.
Oh, and
can
another
we
one.
Get the Drake, and that's another kill on Elysian. Sekiro going in for the steal. If I'm not mistaken, he was interrupted by Poppy. So
Yep,
Musinator
she is
legitimately showing up in this game. They put him on a champion that's utility-based, shuts down the fighters that are very mobile. He's doing exactly that. Yeah, he got dove in top lane, but you're a tank, and 2v1 you get dove sometimes. But I think Musinator has stepped his game up and shown that he belongs here in this game, even across the rift from Jabbar, who we know is such a just menacing carry here.
We told you guys in the chat this was going to be a spicy game.
Here comes
the best
possible
one of the
another dive.
series so far, the closest.
Riven
at
will
this
take
point.
aggro. They bop the Poppy out of turret range, leaving her with nowhere to go. Easy pickup here. 2v1 dive, and I guess, like I was just saying, sometimes you're a tank and they send for you. It's tough. I mean, you could have had maybe some defensive vision tip you off, and then you could back up, and then they get turret and you don't die. But again, you're just kind of trying to hold down the fort as Poppy and let your 4-man unit do what they want. And we'll have to see if Riven, Jabbar here, is going to play the pop-off carry, or...
I mean, he's 5-1, 137 farm.
But when you kill Riven, it's not that hard if you can really, stick her to a wall. But we see Lee Sin engaging. Will get the ulti out of Starpowner here. Their focus is Pyke, but he's going to try and slither away. He's so low. Star's ignited, and he's low. Sekiro with, I believe, a flash. No, he must not
It
have
was
just
Roy
flashed.
Wood's flash, and he didn't get the kill, unfortunately.
All right, so we'll see if the delivery man, here comes Musinator gaining speed there. Delivery man with a possible angle, but they turn right onto him. They're not afraid of that champion at this stage. He's on Kraken Slayer, but Shockwave's going to hit Zillion, who has access to ulti, so they could save him. Remember here comes Herald dropping. Riven's running right up the gut here. Going to be a lot of pressure to deal with, but Pyke running from base from Kent State, along with Starpowner here. Delivery man will engage, and they pick up Draven quite easily. So they're looking to play a 5v4 fight. Musinator in the front. Remember, they have Zillion res.
Oh, and surprise, Delivery Man is Draven now.
Oh! We'll have to see his Draven mechanics. That's not something I would want everyone to be watching me do. Oh, but the stun is going to land. They're going to one-shot the Orianna. It's a 5v3 situation for Kent State. Another kill. That's a double 4.
Oh, and they keep it going.
The Viego here. Here's the two scary members. Sekiro with a nice ward hop to avoid the engage, but he will fall.
Oh!
But the huge the 1v5 quadra kill. He's looking for the penta. Can he do it?
Oh my God!
Jabbar! Jabbar, he did it!
You maniac!
The moment, the
Oh
one moment.
my God!
We gotta look at and see exactly what he did. He waited so patiently.
Holy moly, guys!
He goes in with the Gore Drinker, the AoE CC, the burst damage across. He drops 3 members instantly, and it's just a 1v2 clean
that
up.
was crazy.
Oh my goodness, Jabbar, what an absolute
That's got to
freak.
be play of LSS Season 2 so far. Forget about top 5 plays of the week. That is top 5 plays of League Saturday Series ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe number 1. I mean, we've seen some pennas here try, but it's
Dude,
usually
but not like that.
No, it's usually off the back
Holy.
of a winning team.
Dude, from 5-1 to 10-1 like that. And now we're talking about that Riven.
Yeah, let's talk about
Holy.
it. I mean, that is just, you see those plays on Reddit, the box stuff. That here it is on LSS stage, so I'm just thankful to have this player out
Unreal.
showing us what to do on this champ. But, Kent State getting excited as they should. They were in a 4v.
Yeah, that looked like a great setup for Kent State. I thought that it looked like the right play. I still think it was the right play, the right call. I think that Jabbar just playing insane. Like, I think that was a good play. I mean, you could say, like,
right,
in
in hindsight.
retroactively, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, it ended up in a penta, but, I mean, come on. The play was set up. They were winning. They had the advantage, and that was just unbelievable.
Hex Flash onto Musinator. He's going to get bot back. He's in 1v3. Can he run to his team, or does he run to turret? He's going to use his R to bop them out of that situation. I got to agree with you. It's only hindsight bias that tells me that wasn't a good look. I mean, you just kill 3 members. You're 5. You're rushing 2 down. Oh, but a flash by Delivery Man. They're going to take out Roy Woods for free. Not
Does it
exactly
even
for
matter?
free.
Because Riven's going to 1v5 you guys.
Well,
Like-
Riven just needs to be CC locked. I mean, we'll have to see as Condorex might fall quickly, but they're able to trade for Oriana 1-for-1 so
Okay,
far.
here's the-
Eyes on Jabbar. Can he do it again? The healing. He'll drop. That's great for Kent State. They can win this fight now. They're going to advance. There's 2 members left standing for McMaster. They're going
Oh.
to take and do what they can.
Okay,
It's
so-
Sekiro's turn.
If Sekiro's dead here, if they pick him up, I think they go right from Dragon to Baron.
He takes
Unless
the heads
Star
up
opponent
fight
goes down.
into
Oh,
Star,
no.
who does not want that smoke. Now he knows, but it's okay. I mean, Kent State gets strike number 3 try. They're looking for Soul in 5 minutes.
Oh my God, this is. We called it. I mean, I said this is going to be the craziest game so far.
This game is crazy. We got to keep up. We got to keep up everything. Try. Okay, so what's going on in this game? It's
So I think McMaster is going to look for Baron now. Star Opponent down for 12 more seconds, and I think they want the fight to come to them at the at this point.
Yeah.
Off of this reset.
I agree, and obviously they will go with the start. If Kent State rushes it, it's contestable and possibly a throw, depending on how it's played. But if they bring the fight to themselves and turn appropriately, or if they're able to rush the Baron. Watch Delivery Man. He needs to go in and look for a steal. No, it goes to McMaster. That's Baron. We're looking for 5v5.
Poppy
Easy
knockup's
focus
gone.
first. The Delivery Man
Oh.
is going to get picked up. This looks great for McMaster. 3 down already. And
So-
too late of a contest here from Kent State.
What's kind of crazy about the way it plays out is like the moment that the Moosinator, or the Poppy, what do you call it, like barrier? I don't even. What's
Her
that
W.
ability? Yeah, her W. Look at it. Me and Diddy again. Guys, we're telling you, Grand Finals, we're coming back after some nice studying, and we're going to know these ability names for you guys, and we're going to step our game up. But the Poppy W there, the moment it doesn't knock, or like doesn't interrupt the Riven play,
It's kind of like
then it's I think they lose the fight. I think it has to interrupt and set up for the CC lock on Riven. Otherwise, Riven just goes off.
KBB. Wait a second. Is that a DC? I'm not sure. It's 5v4. I mean, there's no pause because it's kind of BM to pause in a situation like this. But Condorex getting one tapped while looking for a hook. That is just brutal. 1-for-1. Not sure what happened to KBB. We might see a pause here in a few seconds. He was just standing there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe BM. But I didn't see a cowbell. Either way, it's still a game. Okay, about the Riven. Yes, Troy, I think you did a great job outlining it. You need to interrupt her mobility and CC chain lock her. So in a fight where everybody's in the river, lined up, front to back, you can keep tabs on Riven, keep an eye on her, and kill her. But in situations where it's like a turn and burn Baron, it's harder to keep an eye on Riven. She can hop wall, she can flank you, and if she gets
well,
one
it's like-
good angle.
So I don't know what Moosinator interrupted there, but it's like the moment that's down, the CC options onto Riven are a lot harder because of her mobility. So
Yeah.
like the interrupt sets up the CC.
Oh,
so
that's right.
when you don't have that setup, she's fancy footwork. She gets around that CC and still is able to survive and make the plays. Like,
Yeah.
it just has to be the opener for their stun lock.
I agree with you, Chai. Yeah, that's why they lock Poppy in last, right? If I'm not mistaken, last
Yeah.
pick of the draft. They need that W interrupt to go onto the Riven. They want to be grouped. They want to be huddled together. They want to be using their Zill ulti on key targets. And it really comes down to execution on, I think, Lee Sin and Riven. These two champions, as we get to 3, 4, 5 items, we talk about the Lee Sin fall off, but if the player is really expert at Lee, then, he plays the whole game. We could talk about Draven and his lack of scaling in certain situations, too. I mean, in my opinion, Draven falls off as hard as any AD I can, that comes to mind. So,
And he's not really ahead at all right now.
No.
Everything is on the top side of the map here. 7-4 on Lee Sin and 13-2 on Riven. So Draven at this point is, not really doing much.
oh, the knock up on a
that is
Condorex,
really
he
bad.
might just die, but if
Oh, he gets out.
Yeah, he slides away. It's a slippery character if you don't one-shot him. But let me go back to one thing. I call for Star Opponent to pick it up. I think this is an opportunity for him. He's on Zaya. He has the scaling matchup. Oh, as they look to go pick KVB, and they do successfully, but they're
Oh,
all
they
in
need
a
to-
choke.
Oh!
And here comes the ribbon! It's Jabbar! I think the fight's over just with that. They can't deal with him.
This
Two-man
man is a
shockwave.
monster
It's over.
again.
It's over. Jabbar found it again, and it's over. He had the shockwave to help him, to back him
Wow.
up. Kent State found a pick, but then they all ran into a cut. I don't know if they have vision over that wall,
I
but
don't
Jabbar
think they
hops the
did.
wall on the
I don't
three,
think
and
they
it is
did.
game over. Curtain closed.
Wow.
Jabbar on the ribbon, man.
I think that is a well-deserved win for McMaster University. They played all of these games extremely well. And
Absolutely.
I just cannot believe Jabbar on this ribbon. We need to, like, can we just scrap all the votes and just get him in here to talk about this ribbon?
That's
Like,
who we
oh
need
my
to interview.
God.
I demand an interview with Jabbar. I
This
mean,
is unreal. That was crazy. Wow, that was something.
yeah. I mean, and that it just shows you